morning, and good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you to listen. This is Laurie Laursen, and welcome to the Wealthy Lala Show. And today is episode 155-2. I am so grateful that I've changed the numbers. That was bugging me so much. I wish I would have started number one with number one, but I listened to someone else and started number one with 100. And so now I am shifting it, and you're going to get 100 shows that are going to have the same number -2, so that I can then get to a point when I hit number 251, we're on track with it. Well, we're always on track. You know, don't you love that? Like with life, you can choose something and you can change it. I would not have let myself do this before. I would have stayed with it. I would have just done, I would have made myself not change the numbers. Don't be silly, Laurie. That's ridiculous. Like, who's going to care? But energetically, it impacted me. And, that's like even today's show. So I'm a little late in posting it. I could not record today's show till I could. Like, I got up this morning, I was going to record it, and I couldn't. It was like the space that I'm in. I'm having so much vulnerability and awareness of myself right now that there was nothing that it's just sort of it was all about me. And so what was great was I actually had someone reach out to me and ask if I wanted to chat. And then I got another set of beautiful Snapchats from a lovely friend, a beautiful friend, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about today is like, number one, following your lightness. Like, follow the lightness, follow your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense. And then the second thing is to allow yourself to be surrounded by lovely people that are friends that have your back. People that you can be the messy you with. The people that you can, do the ugly cry with. That you can let the ugliest parts of yourself out so that they can be seen, so that you can bear witness to them. And if this wasn't something you ever had, which I didn't, was where I could be really ugly and feel like someone loved me anyways, okay? And now I can actually see where my hubby's done that for me. But because I had such a belief in my world that that wasn't possible, it was actually difficult for me to receive it. And I wonder, like, what is possible for me now? What is available to me now that I have that awareness? And, do you have, whether it be women or men, friends, could be family in your life that have your back, that allow you to be all of you, that receive all of you? Because really, it's not for anybody else to allow us to be all of us. It's really nice if they do. But it's really about us being vulnerable enough with people that are going to be kind to us with all aspects. And what's really interesting with this is that I'm discovering to have this for myself, as I'm also having other people receive me in that place too. And I don't get that there's like a ton of people in our lives that we're going to have this open to. And I know I talked on a previous radio show about Oprah and how she has like Gail Stedman, this Bob Green, and I can't remember if she said one other person. And those are 3 people that in her life that she can totally be herself with, and she will also receive what they say to her. Like, she knows that they have her back so much that if they say something to her that's hard to hear, she will listen. Like, in other words, she's honoring. So like if you've got those people in your life that are criticizing you, that are, not honoring you in the life that you're choosing, are they the ones you want to take advice from? Or do you want to create or have friendships that of people that actually have your back? That have your back in a way that you can get really like mad or pouty or messy or cry, ugly cry, um, you know, childlike, having a temper tantrum, and they're going to love you through it. I really get that all of us require this, and so what would it take if this is something that you're asking for? If this is something you desire in your life, to have friends like that, ask the universe to show you what that would be like. Ask the universe to show you where they are, and trust. Maybe you'll get drawn to a dance class or a yoga class or some kind of festival or something, and you go there and you meet as someone. And I think of this one woman who just recently moved away from here, but they have a women's conference out where I live between 3 different towns. So every 3 years, so it alternates from each town every 3 years. And about 8 years ago, I went to the women's conference and walked up to this one woman who her name was Sam, and she did massages, and we started talking, and boom, instant connection. We ended up having a really great friendship, and we still do. She's just moved probably a good 4 hours away now. And those, you just know that there's someone that you can just be your messy self with, someone that you can discover yourself with. I started reading about these books. Oh gosh, I didn't think I was really going to go here today. Running on Empty, Overcoming Your Childhood Emotional Neglect. And then the woman wrote a second book, Running on Empty No More, Transform Your Relationships with Your Partner, Your Parents, and Your Children. And she calls it childhood emotional neglect. And she said, really, so again, these titles, man, can be such a turnoff. It's so, really, it's if you've got a charge about this kind of thing, it could easily be like, oh, gross. Why would I want to read about childhood emotional neglect? And I found a couple of podcasts by this woman, Jonice. I love that name. Isn't that nice? Jonice, Jonice, Webb. And she's got her PhD in something. And so she was saying that you could even come from a happy childhood and still have had this. Now, that's what I love is I've been reading these books, Difficult Mothers, The Emotionally Unavailable Mother, The Running on Empty, The Running on Empty No More. Reading these books, and what I've discovered is they don't just go in and let's slam your parents, let's slam your childhood. What it does is because had the titles alone been an invitation, well, they weren't. But it was something energetically that kept going, get this book, 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 read this book, read this book. And finally I got the damn books and I read them, and I got to see this whole beautiful understanding of and wisdom within these books to be able to heal something in my world that allows me to be so much kinder to me, so much kinder to my past, and so much kinder to my future. It is just absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful. So anyways, and what I'm understanding about this too is that I get that this is such a big, huge part, and I know I've talked about the mother wound thing in previous shows, and this is such a big part of us women being able to be heartfelt, safe, kind friends to women, to other women, other mothers. Just, oh my gosh, seriously. You know, like what else is possible for us, for our futures, if we take the time to discover, uncover our wounds, our hurts, and we sit with them like a crying baby, and be present with them and ask the universe if we're not sure, what is this? This morning I was doing a meditation, and there was an energy. I was listening to, oh gosh, I forget the lady's name again. I was listening to a podcast on Oprah the other day about with this woman who had escaped, made it through the Holocaust at Auschwitz, actually. And she talked about the learned helplessness of people who came out. Like people, you would think that people would come out, they would be like, yay, they're free. And they didn't know what to do with their lives. They had a learned helplessness. And I know for me, this was an energy that was prevalent in my life. This has been an energy that's been hugely, hugely impacting me. And I only discovered it this week. And I sat with it in presence. So I've told you I've joined this workshop with Corey Michelle. You can find her on Facebook, and if you want to know the link, I can get you the link. And she gave us a few bonus activations to start. So basically like little meditations, 20-minute meditations, and one of them was I am limitless. And so when I went into that meditation and I was tapping into the energy of being limitless beyond this learned helplessness, I couldn't find it. And what was really neat is with being so present with myself, I was actually able to receive the awareness of how getting sick, getting this cold, having gotten sick in the past has been something that I created to get me out of having to live other people's lives. Because from a learned sense of helplessness, it was the only thing I knew. It was like I got so helpless that I got sick. Like I got so helpless that I got in that energy. And then like Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about getting stuck in that energy. The universe responds to who we're being energetically. Learned helplessness ain't a positive one, ain't something that's going to create greater. It's going to create, it may not create greater. And then allowing it to, it became where I got so sick. And I really got to see how that showed up with a couple of incidences this last week or two, where there was things I was aware of to choose. I went to go choose them, and I did actually choose something different, and I saw my body actually got sick. It was like such an auto response from my body. It's like, oh, this is where we get sick, because this is where we lose power. This is where we have learned helplessness. And I got such clarity. Like this cold was such an incredible gift for me. It was such a gift. Oh my God, you guys, I wish I could share with you how important it is that your body is gifting you with beautiful information that has your back. And I got the awareness in this activation, this meditation, that it was the thoughts I was thinking, that was the only way I could choose for me, the only way I didn't have to do for what other people wanted, because I had very powerful people in my life, like very strong people, strong opinions of people. I'm not saying good or bad, just strong, okay? And I did not have it in me to be able to come up against that. And so the learned helplessness was something that I chose. And I now know what to ask for. I now know what to choose different. And that was created because I took the time for me. I took the time to be my best friend. I took the time to be so present with me. I took the time to allow that. And at the same time, I've allowed such beautiful people in my life. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the couple of women that are in my life that just so have my back and can let me be really messy and can hear me. And they could even be the space for me when I couldn't even get there yet myself. It's like they held that for me. So anyways, I wish you guys friendship with yourself. I wish you friendship with others. I wish you that heart, the connection with your heart, and the space and the presence, so that you can find that beauty for you, if that is something you require, you desire, or you're looking for. So on that note, thank you so much for listening. I'm so, so grateful. Take care and have a good day.